Welcome to the United States Military Academy in West Point, New York for this edition of the CSFL. As the defending champion Army Black Knights take on the University of Pennsylvania Quakers here with KnightVision on YouTube. Hello again, everyone. Andrew Van Cura here with you at beautiful Shea Stadium alongside Ross Graham and Ross. Army coming off of a 49-0 shutout victory over Malloy.
You're absolutely right, Andrew. It's going to be a great night of football tonight. I'm so thrilled to be here with you. I want to talk about some great things West Point did a week ago. 8.5 yards per play on offense, 491 total yards of offense, holding Malloy to only 1.9 yards per play on defense, something that Coach West and this sprint football team at West Point is going to want to look to replicate tonight.
As for the University of Pennsylvania, they're coming off their first victory of the year, a 15-14 victory over St. Thomas Aquinas. They're looking to keep up the momentum behind their standout freshman running back.
That's absolutely right. Freshman Xavier May the 4th. He won the CSFL Rookie of the Week this past week with his 79 yards and a touchdown that punched a victory, the first one for the Quakers of this season.
And we are just about set for kickoff here as Granite is ready to boot it deep. And the Black Knights are ready to receive. There's the whistle, and we are underway here at Shea Stadium. Black Knights set up the return on the right side, going back left now with some room, a lot of room. Gets a block down the sideline. Do we have an early return? Cut back towards the middle of the field, taken down, but a phenomenal return there for the Black Knights. Looked like Caleb McGrarity.
Absolutely, Caleb McGarity there. He's the starting cornerback for the Black Knights, also one of their deep returners. Great return there. Great blocking by the entire sprint football West Point team there on the entire way. Able to get a clear path there on the near sideline and set up amazing field position for their first play, only 14 seconds into this home game.
So that will bring out Kyle West and the Black Knight offense, the 6-foot quarterback, the local product. And something of a legacy here at West Point, ready to take the field.
He is. He's the multiple West generations now of quarterback here.
West goes empty. He'll take it himself, and he's wrapped up and taken down behind the line. Great tackle there by, I believe that might have been Grant Colson. West, screen pass, left side. No room there at all as it's stuffed at the line for no gain, as Merrick Arbogast had nothing to work with there.
That's a play we saw a lot a week ago. Merrick there on the near sideline. Those screen passes, we'll see those a lot tonight. Merrick's a speedster. He's able to break those. Also great blocking by the offensive line there for West Point. Let's see if they can replicate that play with more success future tonight.
West with one man in the backfield, offset towards his right side. Sends a man in motion, takes the snap, play action towards the right side. Rolling, fires short and incomplete. And it is very quickly fourth down as Mark West will send out the field goal unit here. So a promising start to the drive with that kick return, but not able to gain much afterwards.
You're right. Kelton Okasik there. He ran a nice cutback play on that far sideline from our view. Just a little too far of a pass there for Kyle to make on the run. Now we get to see Nick Cueto come out for his first field goal of the night, well within his range here.
As Cueto waits, the snap, the hold, kicks it. Did it go through? No, he missed it wide right. So after a fantastic return to start the drive, Army comes up with nothing. A huge momentum swing early here for Penn. Let's see if they can capitalize.
Yes, That was an emotional roller coaster, I'd say, after we saw McGarity have that big return. But now it's a chance for this rock-solid West Point defense. Like I mentioned, they only gave up 132 total yards of offense a week ago through all 4 quarters, through the first, second, and third string defensive getting to play. Here's the heartbeat of this team. Now they are getting to have their first chance to get a stop against the Quakers here tonight.
So here comes Jackson Neild alongside Xavier May IV in the backfield in the pistol to start things off. 3 receivers to his left side. Neild drops back, looks, fires deep, early, incomplete, just overthrew his receiver there, looking for Shears. But just a little bit too much air on that one, and he comes up empty.
Good coverage there.
Apologies, Ross. That makes sense, though. The momentum swings your way. A quick, deep ball trying to capitalize on all that energy you got built up. Now you got to calm down here for second down.
I love that idea there by Jerry McConnell, the Quaker head coach. It was a good pass, good coverage there also, Trey Batson. Just a little bit too far out of the reach of the Quakers receiver there.
Motion trips towards the right side. May behind Neild in the pistol. Neild takes it himself. Quarterback sweep, gets through the hole, quickly wrapped up and taken down by the Army defense. But making this a much more manageable third down.
That was Mason Berryalt there, along with team captain there, Luke Petkus. Good contain there, something that they pride themselves on, the defensive contain. So far, 2 games, now the 3rd game for the Black Knights. Opponents have not been able to break contain and get outside very well, so I expect that to be the same tonight.
Neild has shifted. He's now in the gun. May towards his left. Cornerback blitz incoming for the Black Knights. Neild rolls the other way, running out of time. Chucks one deep up for Sears. What an amazing catch! Oh, a fantastic catch by Shears. The Army defense all over him, but manages to catch it right at the midfield logo, and it's first down Quakers.
Andrew, that was one of those times where it was a 50-50 ball. Receiver and DB were going back and forth with that, and that time Penn got the best of it, as we see on this replay right here. Shears going back there, back and forth, able to get just enough under it to able to secure that catch.
As the Quakers come out now, 1st and 10 from their own 49. Neild hands off to May. His first carry. He might have lost the football. The ball was on the ground. Who has it? And it will stay with the Quakers. So very fortunate there as Penn almost handed the momentum and the ball right back to the Black Knights.
That's one of those times where the Quaker offense heartbeat jumps a little bit. They get antsy. Fortunate for their offensive line, they were able to jump back on that ball. Would have been a momentum shift. The Quakers want to capitalize here. They got a defensive stop, and now they want to put the ball now on the West Point side of the field here.
Neild in the pistol, 2 receivers to his right side. Looks quick, out route to his left, incomplete, overthrew it there. In the direction of Piscoletti, his tight end.
It's covered there by senior linebacker number 3, Zion Sims, who was all over the Malloy offense a week ago. You'll see that name a lot. Zion Sims, star linebacker there for the Black Knights.
And Ross, you'll hear every football coach talk about this, the importance of staying on schedule and having manageable third downs, because just like the Black Knights, here we are again, 3rd and long, a chance of quashing that early momentum they gathered. Neild in the gun. Takes a snap, drops back, looking, rolls towards his left, back up the middle. Here comes the rush, fights through it, fights through 2 tackles, 3 tackles, and is nailed right at the logo. The Army rush finally too much for Neild, although he gave a heck of a fight to try to get out of that pocket. But either way, it's 4th down, and you'd have to imagine a punt here for the Quakers to try to pin the Black Knights deep.
That was a definition of a tough run there. Broke 3, 4, 5 tackles there. Still able to get 3 or 4 yards there. But like you said, they had that long 3rd down play. They weren't able to go reliable on a 3rd down short play that they would want. So now here is a punt time.
And the punt, high snap, nearly blocked, but it gets away. And no fair catch called for as the Army return is snuffed out at their own 10-yard line.
Merrick Arbogast on that return again. He broke away on several big ones a week ago on punt returns. Don't be surprised if you see him rip another one here tonight.
Very aggressive strategy there by the return man, though perhaps not the wisest. Maybe best to have a fair catch there, but either way, West and the offense will come back out, starting now on their own 10. Much less advantageous field position than their last drive.
It is, but they are used to this. They've been out this way all season. They got their whole playbook in front of them, plenty of time to execute their offense.
West in the gun, trips to his right, puts a man in motion. Screen pass, right side, caught. One-man move. Nice juke, gets upfield, a gain of about 3 for Parker Williams. And it'll be 2nd and 7.
Parker's the leader of that receiver room there, Andrew. It's good to have him back after missing last week.
So Williams is his first catch since his return. Hand off to the right side for the Black Knights. Gets a nice gain there. Up the middle, still pushing through. Will that be enough for a first down?
They're going to give it to him.
And they are going to give him to him. J.P. Ross picking up the first down.
I love to see J.P. Ross getting the rock early and often here in this game. Over almost nearly 100 yards in the first game, a little bit fewer a week ago. Love to see him get going here tonight.
2 receivers to either side. West looking. Right side, nice hitch route there to Williams. Williams makes one man miss, quickly taken down. But he has a gain of about 8. And we'll see. The chains will move. It will be another Army first down. So back on schedule here in drive number 2 for the offense.
They like to go quick.
Handoff, Ross up the middle and taken down for a gain of about maybe 5 or 6. As just like you said, Ross, using J.P. Ross early and often.
Definitely running behind that team captain star center Chance Pogue there.
West rolling to his left. Fires caught by Williams. He'll try to make a man miss, unable to, but still a nice positive gain, and that'll be the first down. So with 8:45 to go here in the first quarter, Army is moving once again.
It's great to see Arbogast there with that catch.
West drops back, looks. He's got a man open deep down the field. It is caught! And it'll be an early Black Knight touchdown. Carson McFadden, he had 2 last week. He's got 1 tonight. And it's 6-0 Army.
Carson cannot be denied there in the deep passes. He had two touchdown catches for 80 yards a week ago. Now there's another deep one there. I got to talk to Carson before the game. He was just thrilled with the receptions he's been getting now, his first season as a wide receiver, which he told me before the game. He's always wanted to be a receiver. Now it's his opportunity to get to play with his quarterback, Kyle. Another great touchdown there, now his 3rd on the season. A tough run there to shed the blocker as well.
And Cueto off the uprights, but I think it went through. It did. So that Cueto possibly overcorrecting on that kick, but the uprights keep it going right through. So 7-0 Army here in the first. As we take another look at that extra point. As indeed Cueto doinked it right off the left upright. But hit it so hard it managed to stay right on through. So no harm, no foul. A great 90-yard touchdown drive for the Black Knights as they'll kick it away for UPenn's second drive. What do they need to do on this one, Ross?
They need to get the rock back in the hands of May. That A-gap, he was running all over it a week ago. Like I said, he was a CSFL Rookie of the Week. It's going to be a tough battle because that interior D-line there is a pride and joy, the bread and butter of this Black Knight interior line. So it's going to be a tough battle, May versus D-line, and we'll see. That's going to be key for this game here.
Shears will take the kickoff, and he's got the ball for the return up the right sideline, taken down at about the 29-yard line. And back out comes Neild and the UPenn offense.
Another thing I'll tell you, Andrew, is these Quaker receivers, they have some height. They are tall, they are athletic, which they can use to their advantage. So look to see a lot of play action passes where they try to get May up the A gap, but then also see if they can find a receiver deep to be able to use their athleticism and height to make some spark plays as well here for Penn.
Indeed, Ross, they went to Shears early and often on the first drive. Looks like they've got him one-on-one out towards the right side again. Neal takes the snap, hands it off to May. May up the left side, makes one man miss, but then wrapped up and taken down for a modest gain of about 1 to 2 yards. It'll be second down.
We've talked about staying on pace, staying on schedule, as people call it. Now it's second down. Now if they were to get in another third down and long pay, they'll end up be where they were last drive, which is what West Point was able to do so well on their previous drive. They were always on top of it. They didn't have to face long third downs. So it's going to be key for both teams here to stay ahead of the chains. They're going to want to gain 2, 3, 4 yards at least here and not force another third down and long.
Neal back in the gun. May to his left, trips towards his right. Army showing blitz. They'll send it as Neal is flushed and taken down. The Army blitz got home, and it's going to be third and long for the Quakers.
I believe Tyrus Carter was the first D lineman there for the Black Knights, who had multiple sacks a week ago.
As we'll take another look.
Yes, Tyrus was the first one there to make contact, finish off there also by Cameron Allen, who was the leading tackler for the Black Knights a week ago.
So 3rd and 11 here for the Quakers, and in the complete opposite of the Black Knights offense, they take the longer huddles as opposed to the quick hurried up offense of the Black Knights. And we'll see what they've drawn up here. Neal rolls towards his right, looking, chucks it deep. He's got a man, and he overthrew him. Just a yard or two shy of being a long touchdown and a tie game, as Jake Wang nearly put the first points up on the board for the Quakers, but it will be 4th down and another punt for UPenn.
He did have 2 or 3 steps there. Now, like we said, as we see on this replay, Wang did have much field there that he could have easily taken that to the house. They were on that deep third down play, forcing him to go deep on the pass. So here we go. Quick 3 and out with a net 0-yard gain here. Merrick Arbogast back to return another punt for West Point.
As UPenn will send it deep to Arbogast. He will call for the fair catch this time. As back out comes West and the Black Knight offense at their own 35-yard line.
We mentioned Carson McFadden on that previous drive, who got that touchdown there over 50 yards. I was able to talk to him pregame, knowing we were going to highlight him. I asked him, what is the favorite thing about Kyle as his QB? Because, they, like I said, they worked together last year, QB1, QB2. He says Kyle has a unique ability to read the defense, mentally prepare, know what's going on, and Carson loves that now, watching him as a quarterback, now watching him as a receiver as well.
Indeed, the incredible IQ of West gives him a huge advantage against any opponent he may face. West takes the snap, hand off to his right side, and about a 2-yard gain for Army. Flag is down on the field, as that was Bolivar on the carry.
Gabe Bolivar might be that strongest man out there, coming off a knee injury he suffered earlier in the season.
And it'll be a holding call against the Black Knights, so that will back them up. So it'll be 1st and 20 now for Army, as with that penalty, we'll take a look at our officiating crew for tonight's game. The referee is Mike Carney. The umpire is John Polomaro. The head line judge is Joshua Smith, assisted with Kev Kroniak. Field judge is David Calio. The side judge is Gerald Stefanski, and the back judge is Jacob Preidner. As the spot has indeed been verified. And the whistle blown. West, 2 men to his right, Bolivar to his left. Takes a snap, looks, quick pass over the head of his receiver, and it'll be 2nd down.
Kason Mackey there on that reception, just beyond his stretched out arms there, but Mackey is an incredible runner, super speedy guy. Like I was mentioning earlier, Gabe, incredible strength. I had a class with him, our physical education class a year ago. easily deadlifting well over 400, 500 pounds. Incredibly strong powerhouse runner there alongside J.P. Ross in that backfield.
West takes snap, spins around, fires back towards his right side, a little opposite side screen, but quickly snuffed out by the UPenn defense, and it'll be 3rd and long.
Carson wasn't able to break out of that. Good recognition, like you mentioned, by the Quakers defense in that time. West Point had a lot of success against Malloy with quick, short screen routes. We'll see what happens here.
West trying to get his offense settled. A bunch formation to his left, 2 receivers to his right. Bolivar is his back. West sends a man in motion. Takes the snap. Looks. Rolls out towards his right. All the time in the world. Flag on the field. Throws towards his right side. Was that caught? Perhaps a great catch by Parker Williams at the sideline, but I don't know if it will matter. A flag in the backfield, and it might be a holding on Bolivar. As we'll take another look. Yes, indeed. It looks like a holding there by the Black Knights running back. So that will back them further up as UPenn, it appears, will take the penalty. So it would seem then that Williams did succeed in coming down with the catch on the first down, were it not for the penalty.
I believe that is what they were going to rule, so smart by Penn to take this penalty. 3rd down and very long now, well beyond the chains here. Need to get all the way up to the 45-yard line for 1st down.
West, 2 receivers to either side in the gun. Takes the snap, rolls towards his left, quick fires. Caught by McFadden, he'll move up towards the middle, makes 2 men miss, makes a 3rd man miss, and is wrapped up and taken down at about the 33-yard line. And it looks like West will send out the punt team here on 4th down.
Good gain there by Arbogast on that short pass. As we see on this replay here again, able to cut inside, make the 1st man miss, make another man miss, make another man miss. Just not quite enough on that long 3rd down play. That was something I know Coach West emphasized with only 1 out of 9 3rd down conversions a week ago despite their wins. That's something they're going to want to look to improve upon tonight and the rest of the season as well.
Shears calls for the fair catch. As UPenn will take it around their 25-yard line. So a battle of field position early on here, Ross, outside of the McFadden touchdown. Both teams not quite able to get their offenses in rhythm.
It's been a little bit of some places and things out of sync a little bit for the first time, though. It's still very early in the game, 4:40 left in this 1st quarter. Perfect opportunity. These Quakers, they like to go slow. Their offense, they're methodical. They plan it out well. They have size and athleticism, maybe even trumping a little bit on the in their advantage. So Penn is completely still in the playbook here. Everything they have is up for grabs here on this drive.
With May to his left, takes the snap, handoff. No! Quick play action bubble screen towards his left side. And wrapped up and taken down for maybe a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down here for UPenn.
This is going to be a big play here. Quakers do not want another 3 and out. It's 2nd down and 9, 2nd down and 8. This will be big here. If they can get a medium chunk play here, they'll be able to get a 3rd down and manageable call here to keep this drive going, keep this momentum going. West Point's offense is red hot. They do not want to give the ball back to Cal Rest immediately on this 3 and out here.
Neal back in the pistol. Towards his right, hand off to May. Nice cut back there through the hole and wrapped up and taken down for a modest gain, about 2 to 3. So as you said, Ross, staying on schedule, trying to make this a more manageable 3rd down. It's going to be about 3rd and 7 here with 3:40 to go here in the 1st.
That was Captain Lou Petkus there with Tyrus Carter on that stop. Still third and somewhat more manageable. They have a few plays up in their disposal, quick passes. We'll see what they call here. It's going to be up to Black Knights to maintain discipline here, get a 3 and out.
We've seen the Black Knights send the blitz on 3rd downs early. Will they do so here again? Neal in the pistol, May right behind him. Play action. Looks, fires over the middle. Incomplete. As once again, UPenn will have to punt it away. As we take another look, play action. And not a bad throw by Neal, probably the best chance he was going to get, but unable to connect with his receiver there. So it'll be 4th down and 7 as the Quakers will punt it away.
Jake Oxidine, the junior from Virginia there, was the star of that play. He read the read perfectly, maintained his discipline, and didn't overbite on the running back, able to get pressure on the QB to force an incompletion.
Punted deep. Arbogast will let it go as it settles around the 30-yard line. And there is a penalty marker down. As we might have had a running into the kicker penalty on the Black Knights.
That looks like it was
as indeed that will move the Black Knights back. So as we'll take another look. And yes, indeed, it is running into the kicker. It is not roughing the kicker, however, which is why possession still stays with the Black Knights. But it is running into the kicker, so the Black Knights will be backed up.
This is interesting. The ball still spotted on the 30, which is where the punt was downed. We'll see what they call here. But you're right. Great job by the cover team there not to rough the kicker. Very big difference there. Looks like the ball is still going to be spotted at the 30. So despite all that, we're still 1st and 10 now on the 30.
It is most likely that the running into the kicker would have just re-triggered a re-kick. As that one's sent deep, and it is caught! Another long touchdown for the Black Knights as they strike immediately. Here at the tail end of quarter number 1, 13-0 Army. Parker Williams with his first touchdown of the game.
7-0 yards there. Parker Williams pass there from Kyle West. He was out a week ago, a star in the first game against CHC. Great to see him back. His speed is unrivaled in his athleticism. He's a leader on that receiving core there on the Black Knights. Easy catch there. The Quaker DB over pursued on that. Parker was able to slip behind him, get that seam to caught for a touchdown. As now we'll see Nick Cueto go up for his second PAT now of the night.
As holds good, Cueto right through the uprights that time. And it's 14-0 Army here with 2:40 to go in quarter number 1. As we'll take another look at the Parker Williams score. West with pressure in his face, a beautiful ball right over the defender. And just as you mentioned, Ross, the Army speed too much for the Quakers here in the early going, as there is a UPenn player down after the kick.
I believe we also have a Yale Henke on the field as well from that kicking play.
It is Charlie Almeida, the freshman down on the field for UPenn.
As we have the second, it's my honor to just simply state it's the 16th annual Alumni Weekend celebration this game. So at the halftime, we'll get to see the recognition of the late Bob Thompson, the head coach from the Black Knights from 86 to 97, and the late Brigadier General retired Jim Case, the head officer representative with Coach Thompson. And Coach Thompson was Coach Mark West's head coach when he was here, when he was a player, when he was class of 1991 quarterback himself. So celebrated a lot of West Point success through many generations here tonight at halftime.
Always a special night when the alumni come home. So 14-0 Black Knights as Almeida is helped off the field. Back to kick it away once again, and UPenn hoping to gain some traction on offense. Could start with a good return here.
Let's see where Alex Perrine can kick this ball. He has a monster leg. See if they can try to avoid a deep Quaker return like you just said.
Perrine boots it deep towards about the 10-yard line. Taking on the return there is Shears, who takes it up the right sideline. Wrapped up and quickly taken down at about the 25-yard line.
Good pursuit there. Estevez, 32, the freshman for the Black Knights.
So as Neild and the Quaker offense retake the field, they've got to generate some traction. If not to get in the end zone, at least to give their defense a break. A couple of quick 3-and-outs in their last 2 drives.
Andrew, what I would love to see is this ball placed into the hands of star freshman Mays, the 4th on this play. You need first down yards here. You cannot have another second down and long here.
Neild in the pistol, May right behind him. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Neild drops back, looks over the middle, incomplete. Bit of contact there, no flag. As he's looking for Shears again. Unable to come up with the completion on that slant route.
Pass breakup there by 23, Trey Batson from Argyle, Texas. Able to read that route and go over legally. Good defense, go over and beyond Shears there to break up that slant route. That would have given them, like I mentioned, that first down yardage that they wanted, but we'll see now again another second down and 10. And as these plays pile up with their long downs to go, expect the pressure to also amp up from the Black Knights defensive line.
Hey, no play action over the middle. Quick pass. It is caught. That'll make it a much more manageable 3rd down. Looks like about 3rd and about 6 yards to go. No correction, 3rd and 4 for UPenn. So a great chance to pick up a first down here.
That was fellow Texan 28 William French on that stop. Big chance for the Quakers to break out of this 3-and-out cycle they've been going on as the clock winds under 2 minutes in this first quarter.
Neild motions over May. Now 4 receivers to his right side. Play action, rolling towards his right, pressured back left. Neild rolling, tries to pump fake, breaks a tackle from one man, wrapped up and taken down, maybe gained about 1. As once again, that will send out the UPenn punt team.
It looks like that was Jake Oxidine and Cameron Allen again. They're 2 studs on that defensive front. Very short 4th down here.
It'll be 4th and 1.
Maybe not even, but yes, you're right. They are going for it on. No, I'm sorry. They're punting it. That is not going for it on this 4th down.
As the punt is away, it is a short one as it kicks out of bounds at about the 41-yard line of the Black Knights. As you understand, still 53 seconds to go here in the first quarter. You don't want to give Army too much momentum and the ball on your own side of the field. But an interesting choice not to consider at least bluffing going for it there on 4th and 1.
You're right. What we see a lot of coaches do, especially in the pros, is they'll get up on that 4th down, act like they're going to snap it, try to draw the defense off, and then end up calling a timeout. Something that they could have considered, not what they ended up going with. Now Kyle West has the ball back again on his 45.
Quick screen pass towards his left side. And wrapped up and taken down after a nice 8-yard gain.
Kason Mackey there. Shifty receiver there. They do love those screen passes as we see on this play again. Here we go. Setting up a wide receiver screen there to the near side. Shifty make 2 defenders miss there.
As another quick pass towards the right side now. As that looks like it'll be enough for a first down. I believe that was to McFadden. Indeed. as McFadden was able to pick up the first down there on that quick pass. Going quick again here is West. Ross to his left. Low snap. Handoff to Ross, who will fire it up the middle for about 3. And very quickly now, Army is into plus territory.
Their speed is their strong suit here.
Working quick once again. J.P. Ross to West's right. As they will now check to the sideline.
First quarter clock will come to an end. They were just trying to look for a free play there.
Indeed. So as we wrap up the first quarter and flip the field, 14-0 Army. Here as we enter the second, a touchdown to McFadden, a touchdown to Parker Williams. Ross, what has been the biggest key to Army's success here in the early going?
They have not had to go for it on third down. They were only 11% successful a week ago. That was something that they emphasized this week in practice, but they were able to have such explosive plays, good runs for 5 or more yards there by J.P. Ross, especially on first down. They were able to stay ahead of schedule, something that the Quakers were not able to do. And so their explosiveness, their quick plays were able to generate offense where they did not have to go deep into their bag of tricks to try to pull out third down conversions.
Did a great job of generating explosive offense for the Black Knights. As UPenn, they've managed to gain some solid momentum but have been unsuccessful at really putting it all together on an offensive drive. The defense has been there, the offense not so much.
They have. May has not been as key of a factor so far in this first quarter as I honestly would have expected, Andrew. We'll look to see if they employ him more as this next quarter gets going. It's been tough there. The defensive line of the Black Knights have been all over their quarterback, causing pressure, causing havoc. They haven't really been able to sit back and get a nice pass generated here and there.
As play resumes here in the second quarter, West play action. Rolls towards his left side, fires deep towards the end zone. It is caught! Mackey! Touchdown, Army!
1, 2, 3 touchdown passes now. Kyle West, who had 4 a week ago. Great play there. There was 2 Quaker defenders there. Mackey was just able to slip out behind them. Honestly, the defenders just lost him. He was there right sitting on the goal line. There was really no excuse for that defensive mishap, but great job there by Kaysen to able to catch there. Now Carson and then Parker and now Kaysen. 3 touchdown passes tonight from Kyle West.
3 touchdown passes for West, and as you mentioned, to 3 different receivers. As the extra point is up and good, 21-0 Black Knights here at the start of quarter number 2. As we'll take another look, good play action, rolling to his opposite side. A tad underthrown, but definitely good enough to get past the 3 defenders that were in the area.
It's a tough job, Andrew, for Coach Bobby Ray Harris, the DC, defensive coordinator for the Quakers, to try to go into this game and plan to cover the run game of the double punch from Bolivar and J.P. Ross, but then also to try to cover such speed and athletic receivers of Merrick Arbogast and Carson McFadden and Kaysen Mackey and Parker Williams, because now the Black Knights have their number 1 receiver back in Parker Williams. So it's a tough job for Coach Bobby Ray Harris. See what he's going to try to do to adjust now on that sideline with those DBs to try to limit some explosive plays to keep their offense able to maintain how they want to do their offense for the rest of the game here.
Indeed, still early. You want to think you don't want to abandon the run game, especially when your running back is one of your key contributors. As the kick is away, once again in the direction of Shears, who fumbles the ball, picks it up, gets back up over towards about the 23-yard line. Tried running with it before he had it. As back out comes the Quakers offense. As we're taking a look at that return, and indeed Shears just got a little ahead of himself, didn't secure the ball before he started running. So 1st and 10 here from their own 23 as Neild will lead out the UPenn offense. 3 receivers to his left, Shears alone to his right. May offset to his left in the gun. Neild, handoff to May up the middle. Very good patience by the freshman back. Makes a nice cut for a gain of about 3.
It's more along the lines of what the Quakers are going to want on this first down. As I mentioned in the first quarter, it's the big position battle for ground in the trenches there with May as a running back, and then there's Black Knights' stellar defensive line. In the first quarter, it was completely dominated by Black Knights. There's the first play of the second quarter here on this first drive for May, as he's going to try to get the ground growing here in the second quarter.
Neal with 3 receivers to his right, handoff back to May, going left. May upfield, taken down at about the 29.
Caleb McGarity there on that tackle on the near sideline here, right in front of the West Point bench.
So 2 solid runs by the freshman back, and it'll be about 3rd and 5 to go here on their own 28-yard line. You don't want to say must-haves this early into the contest, but this feels like a major momentum moment for the Quakers. They need to start sustaining some drives if they want to keep momentum and be able to stay in this game with the Black Knights.
It really could be, Andrew. Picking up first downs will be big for this offense, just to let their defense have a break on that sideline.
Neal, 3 receivers to his right, rolls towards that way. Steps back up towards the middle. Here comes the rush. Taken down.
Golio, Thomas Golio, huge sack there.
Oh, there is a flag. Did he get too high on the tackle?
Might be a dead ball penalty here, though, after the fact. Regardless, though, looks like it's going to be a first down automatically here for Penn. But regardless, great pressure there, like we said. Whenever the Quakers get behind the chains, they're facing defensive rushes from the Black Knights.
As we'll look to see what the penalty is here.
It is going to be a dead ball penalty there called against the Black Knights.
It is an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Black Knights. So UPenn will get the first down and will sustain the drive. Let's try to see what happened here. As right after the sack.
Doesn't look like much there, Andrew. I'm not really sure, but
possibly something might have been said.
Most likely.
The referees were right on it. It was not a delayed flag by any means. But either way, UPenn will get the ball now at their own 32. And you'd have to think this is an opportunity that you'd want to capitalize on.
It is. After 15-yard personal foul penalties like that, a lot of times offenses can capitalize, use that momentum to their advantage here. Let May get open. He had 2 plays there, one up the middle, one on the outside, that were moderately successful. Look to see that continue on this drive.
Nealed in the gun, tight end, 2 receivers to his right, 1 man to his left. Hands off to Neal. The ball is out! On the ground, there's a scrum near the 21. Who has it? And it's Black Knight football.
William French there able to recover that. Play bobbled. Looked like the snap might have been bad. A little bit of miscommunication there, miscues there on that first part of the play. Quakers and Black Knights both trying to jump on it. French able to pick it up, though. Now Black Knights have the ball on the +20 now, +21.
As we take another look, looks like the miscommunication was on the handoff. As either Neal was trying to pull it or Made ran through just a little bit too quick. But whatever it was, the miscommunication on the handoff caused the fumble. As the Black Knights with a prime opportunity to go up 4 scores now. Trips to his left, West back in the gun, 1 receiver towards his right. Sends a man in motion. Takes the snap, play action. Looks, deep down the left sideline. He's got a man open. Mackey again. Touchdown, Black Knights.
Absolutely cannot get any more wide open than that. Something the Black Knights were able to feast upon against Malloy a week ago. Multiple of their touchdown passes being with no defender within a 5-meter radius there. Same thing on that play. Great use of miscues there, miss opportunity there for the Quakers to get a stop. Quick 1 play, 1 touchdown, 1 pass, 1 score there for the Black Knights.
So Cueto back out now, looking to make it a 28-0 lead for the Black Knights here in the first half. Snap, good hold by McFadden. The kick is up and through. So indeed, 28-0 Army with 12:39 to go here in quarter number 2. As we'll take another look, a good play action and just a great route concept. Managed to get Mackey wide open, streaking down the sideline. As we'll take a look from another angle here, as indeed it was a fake screen wheel route. So they capitalize on the effectiveness of the screen game by now going with the fake and leaving Mackey wide open for that touchdown.
Yes, Merrick Arbogast ended up going in motion there and coming back, which that's a play they've ran multiple times as a screen play. So it's understandable for the Quakers to have thought that was going to be a screen. Where that was the case, Kason Mackey was able to slip out along that far sideline to get that catch. Another play, he had to react, slightly underthrown ball there by Kyle, but either way, the ball was placed perfectly where it needed to be for a touchdown to be scored. Now the second touchdown reception there for Kason Mackey on the night.
So 4 touchdowns for the Black Knights, all 4 deep passes. Is in effect here early. As the kick is deep, it'll be May on the return this time. May takes it out towards the 20, makes a cut, takes it out now down to about the 25-yard line. As the Quakers offense will come back out following a gut-wrenching drive. After picking up the first down from the penalty, they immediately fumble the ball in the next play. They'll look to generate some more momentum here, get a few first downs, keep their defense off the field, and see maybe if they can come up with their first elusive score here in the first half.
That was a missed opportunity there for them to capitalize on that big penalty. Here's another chance, though, just to come right back at it. Still plenty of time left in this game to keep their offense rolling, get May the ball, and see what happens.
Nealed, handoff to May. May takes it up the middle. No room to speak of. He is pushed back, maybe for a gain of about 1. As they'll rule no gain on the carry. So 2nd and 10 as we'll take another look. Just great penetration by the Army defense. Immediately sniffing that play out.
Leading that charge, their captain, Luke Petkus, whose name we've said multiple times. It's amazing when your defensive back, who's playing 5, 7, 8 yards back, is able to be there, one of the first men on an inside run.
2 receivers to either side in the gun. Nealed takes the step, drops back, steps up. He's going to run. Makes a cut and is taken down after about a 3-yard gain.
There he is again, Lou. Big hit to just shut down that run game on that perhaps designed quarterback draw. It looked like it was a scramble improvised there. Nealed had speed, had the ability to get a good play, but Lou shut that down immediately. Now it's, again, another 3rd down and long with the danger of another quick 3 and out.
So 3rd and long here for Penn. As we'll see what the Quakers coaching staff can draw up here. As Shears out towards Neald's right. They've seemed to gone to him in clutch moments a few times. A flag is down on the field.
Looks like it'll be a legal formation. Just bring it back now behind the chains, behind the 3rd down and 12 coming up, 3rd down 13. Which, as we've seen when these plays occur, looking at what's happened so far this game, defensive pressure is going to be expected from the Black Knights, knowing that Nealed is going to need to get a quick pass off. Still able, though. Perhaps you will see a screen here. We'll likely see Shears targeted here, their best receiver.
Army shows pressure. They will pull it back. Nealed fires deep down the left sideline. Almost an interception. But right through the hands of the Black Knights defense. It'll be 4th and 12. As Penn will send out the punt team once again. Another quick 3 and out for the Quakers.
Perhaps we'll see some extra pressure here on this punt with Merrick Arbogast standing on his midfield there. Merrick's a fellow company mate of mine, F1 Firehouse. Freshman in our company. Great guy. Now he has a chance to get this return again.
As the punt is away to Arbogast. He heads back. A beautiful punt by Penn. And a great job to flip the field there as Army will take it at about their own 14.
really is a total flip of field position there when you can go from your 15 to their 15. Completely reverse the sides. Got to be encouraging for this Quaker defense now. And also with a 28-0 lead here in the second quarter, a chance for Coach Wick, co-offensive coordinator and offensive line coach, to let his Dirt Pigs, their offensive line, come out and practice what they love with their run game. We'll see Gabe Boulevard here. Expect more running. It's still early. You do have a nice lead, though. We'll get to see their pride and joy in the run game come out as well.
West in the gun. Boulevard to his right. Rolls towards his right. Fires quickly. Nice catch there by Mackey. On the quick out route. And we'll see where they spot it. Quick discussion here by the officials. I didn't see any flags on the field.
There's been a lot of stoppages lately, 4 penalties. Illegal touching to be called against the Black Knights. Going to bring them back. The Black Knights like to go fast, like we've said, so all these stoppages are actually being beneficial for the Quakers. As we see, looks like it's going to be illegal touching perhaps by that right side of the offensive line. Just going to bring it back now, reset that play they had there. But like I mentioned, the Quakers now have a chance to actually capitalize not only on this negative yards from the Black Knights, but also the stoppage of play going against the game plan that the Black Knights like to operate in.
West with 2 receivers to either side. Puts McFadden in motion. Handoff to Boulevard. No, takes it back. Play action. Looks deep over the middle. Incomplete.
That pass there was intended for Cyrus. A little bit of miscommunication there, though. Kyle thought Cyrus was going to cut more towards the left side of the field there. Fortunate incompletion there, though, but it is now a long third down play. Would be a quick 3 and out for this Black Knight offense that we have not really seen yet, but Kyle is standing there right around his own end zone on this long third down play.
West with Boulevard behind him. The pistol takes a snap. Play action. Looks. Rolls towards his right side. Excuse me, his left side. And fires out, but incomplete. And as you said, Ross, a quick 3 and out here for the Black Knights as they'll be punting from their own end zone. So for UPenn, it's their first stop since the first drive of the game.
Absolutely right, and they're going to get the ball probably on the plus side of the field for them. This would be a great chance for them to take advantage of this opportunity. Like I mentioned, they had 2 things that they did great here. They took advantage of not only the negative play penalty by the Black Knights, but also the stoppage, the slowing down of the plays. Merrick Arbogast, as we saw, intended receiver on that scramble play. Kyle's had a hard time on those scramble routes because of the great pressure from the Quakers, able to make him outside of his comfort zone in the box that he likes to be with.
As there is a flag on the field, short punt here for the Black Knights as UPenn would get it at the 39-yard line of the Black Knights for now. We'll see what the flag is. I believe I saw a rusher go airborne.
It was a good job there by Alex Perrine to able to get that punt off. There were Quakers all around him. We'll see what this is. Who's called against?
And it's a false start on the Black Knights. So they'll have to re-kick here, I believe.
That illegal formation penalty might just be walked off. I think
it looks like the penalty was declined. So it looks like yes, indeed, a declined penalty as UPenn is more than happy with the field position that they got.
Now we'll take over on the 34-yard line to start this drive here.
As the handoff is to May. Can't get much going there. 2-yard gain.
We've talked about staying on schedule, but now is an opportunity where the Quakers are certainly going to be in four down territory. By that I mean it's way too far for a field goal here, but it is an opportunity now. It's 2nd down and 7, but in reality you have 3 plays now to get 7 yards. So with that in mind, I'm the Quakers OC. I see this as 3 more plays now.
As the handoff goes back to May, he'll work it up the middle once again for a modest gain.
Not able to capitalize there on that play, but still 8 yards to go. I really do think this is two plays here, because I can't imagine a punt here on the 30-yard line. I don't know if a 47-yarder is in the game for the Quakers on a field goal, so expect almost undoubtedly a 4th down try if they're not able to pick this up on 3rd down.
I would fully agree, Ross. I think the game plan there early, the 2 runs, showcases that play action here. Here comes the rush, dump off, but quickly wrapped up by the Black Knights defense, so it will be 3rd and long. And we'll see. I don't see any call for the kicking team.
Big hit Mason Berryalt wrapping up the tight end there, able to get no gain on that, which is huge. Mason Berryalt just met him immediately, spun him around and threw him onto the ground. But it looks like that base offense is staying out. We'll see what happens here on this 4th down.
Trips right, may also offset that way. Neal rolls towards his right side, looking, chucks it deep down the right sideline, incomplete. And a turnover on downs for the Quakers.
That was Jake Wong there on that intended play there, just a little bit of miscommunication there. Neal wanted him to go a little farther down, wanted more of a fade towards that back pylon. Unable to complete there, as we see on this play. Wong just kind of stops, runs more of a stop play there. Guarded there by defensive back J.C. Romer for the Black Knights. 4th down turn. Kyle West takes over with J.P. Ross right next to him.
West takes the snap, quick handoff to Ross. Ross gets up the middle for a nice gain of about 7.
I may be biased here, but I want to see J.P. Ross continue to get the ball feeded. I think he has a great name, personally. I think he should continue going. He's a stud. He hasn't gotten the ball enough, in my opinion. They have 4-touchdown lead here. Let's see if he has the ball again here.
Back to Ross, quick up the middle, and he is stuffed for a modest gain there of about 1. So it'll be 3rd and 1. And indeed, up 4 touchdowns here late in the 2nd quarter is the ideal time to get the run game going. They've scored 4 times, have the Black Knights so far. All have been deep passes. And if you're head coach Mark West, you'd like to see the full balance throughout the game. As West in the gun, 3 receivers to his left, sends McFadden in motion. Takes the snap, handoff to Ross once again. Ross fighting. Did he get enough for the 1st down? Yes, he did. Will move. 6:13 here to go here in the 2nd quarter. Penn showing blitz. See if they send the house here. As they have backed up the corners, 1 safety deep, whistle blown.
Looks like we'll have the 1st timeout called here. And if I may, actually we'll have an injury.
We have an injury.
Timeout, looks like.
Looks like a Penn player is down on the field.
I want to take this quick chance, though, to shout out that starting Dirt Pig offensive line there, led by their center, their captain, Chance Pogue there. Also, though, with Clay Earp, Luke Melton, Jake Potter.
As we're taking another look at that last run by Ross. It's just a great job of firing forward. Eerily familiar to someone NFL and New York Giant fans might have seen last night in Cam Scattaboo, doing a good job of keeping his upper body low and just using that stocky, powerful frame to create easy yards.
I think JP would take that as a huge compliment to be compared to that rising star in the NFL, like you mentioned. Yes, great game against the Eagles. But yes, JP is a powerful runner, pounds it right through that A-gap, north-south runner, absolutely. He's had success all season. To see the first half for the Black Knights.
As play resumes, West in the gun. Play action, looks deep down the right side for McFadden, caught. And it will be an Army first down as he did get the foot in bounds. As the chains will move once again. And Ross, you touched on it briefly, but the fact that these two were both quarterbacks, is there just an inherent natural chemistry that comes out here when they're on the field?
It is, and not only that, Carson's in my military science class. He is very smart. Him and Kyle have a great chemistry, as you would imagine, but there's definitely a unique asset for him to be able to go understand the mind of where Kyle would want the ball, because that's where he would want the ball, get there to make receptions there as a receiver now.
As West rolls towards his left and fires that one out of bounds. Possibly intended for Mackey on that one. So 3rd down and 8 here on the UPenn 41. 5:08 here to go in the first half.
Here's a chance for them to capitalize on a 3rd down conversion, but as I would assume, this is also 4-down territory for the Black Knights.
West drops back, looking to pass. Here comes the rush. He is taken down. The blitz gets home for UPenn as they sent an extra linebacker. It is Jacob Rios in on the sack. As we'll take another look.
One of the best defensive plays for the Quakers so far tonight. Huge loss there, now forcing no choice but another Alex Perrine punt. I really do think the Black Knights would have gone for it, but now another loss of 12, 14 yards there. Alex is going to have to come back and punt.
As the Black Knights send it away, a short punt. Bounces up and a risky decision
Risky
there.
indeed. That could have been dangerous there.
As Jason Shears.
I get you don't want it to roll back towards your end zone. You don't want that. It was looking like it was going to be able to be downed within the 5-yard line by the Black Knights. But as we'll see on this replay right here, very risky. If that would have gotten one extra bounce there, it looked like that could have been recovered there by Jack Fillion, the long snapper.
As UPenn will be backed up, there was a flag on the field holding on the return team. So UPenn will begin this drive in the shadow of their own end zone. As they go from potentially having it at their 14 to now having it at about their 7. 4:21 left to go here in half number 1. UPenn would at least definitely like to get to around midfield to prevent any plus territory for the Black Knights on a subsequent offensive drive.
I would go so far as to say this is their opportunity now to take what they've learned so far from this game, how the Black Knight defense likes to rush and blitz and play man zone, and now get some points on the board with 4:21 in this first half.
Nealed hands off to May going right. May going wide. Tries a stiff arm and gets down for about 3.5, maybe 4 yards there. Clock ticking, just over 4 minutes to go here in half number 1. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Quakers. As Nealed with 3 receivers to his left, hands off to May. May works it back up the middle. He's got himself a good gain of about 4 yards on that one. As that will set up, looks to be a 3rd down and about 5. With 3:15 left to go here in half number 1. Doing a good job of at least milking off some clock.
That's right. You really want a 3rd down conversion here, but you also really don't want to give West Point the ball back. On their own 12-yard line, This is going to be big here as you see that Black Knight bench go crazy on this third down. Expect to see some pressure here as the box seems to be loaded here for the Black Knights.
Neal takes a snap, rolls towards his right, pressure right away, chucks it up towards the right sideline, but out of bounds, incomplete. It'll be 4th and 5 with 2:45 to go. Back out will come the UPenn punt team to try and pin the Black Knights deep.
Here we go again. It looks like that was Lou Petkus. It looks like, yeah, Lou Petkus there, able to now almost force a safety there. Neal had no choice but to just throw that ball out. Merrick is now currently standing on right on that logo in the middle of the field here. He cracked a couple good returns a week ago. I'd love to see him get one here now as he can recover this ball.
As the punt is away to Arbogast, and it is a short one as it will take a Army bounce and stop at about the UPenn 42-yard line. So with 2:35 left to go here in half number 1, back out comes West and the Black Knight offense looking for score number 5. UPenn will get the ball to begin half number 2.
Only 3 games in, not even. West has now thrown 10 touchdown passes, ran for another one. Here's an opportunity to go up 5 touchdowns with plenty of time to get 42 yards into the end zone for the Black Knights.
West, 2 receivers to either side, takes a snap, drops back, looks quick towards the right side. Incomplete. Intended for Kelton Okasik. But it'll be 2nd and 10. We'll take another look. Good route, good throw. Just another example of trying to run before you've first secured the football. It'll be 2nd down. Here comes the blitz from UPenn. West picked up well by the Army O-line. Fires over towards Mackey. Incomplete. As just low. As Ross, this will be the critiques of a fast-paced, pass-happy offense is it doesn't exactly have an off switch. So sometimes killing some clock near the end of halves can be difficult.
You're right. And you need your receivers to focus and secure that ball, but they're so used to quick turnarounds, quick plays, quick snaps, quick motions. Sometimes it can be hard, but here's a chance now for them to capitalize on this 3rd down and make a conversion here.
West sends Mackey in motion, looks towards his right, quick pass to Ross. Ross makes a move, but is taken down at about the 39-yard line.
Give credit to defensive coordinator Coach Bobby Ray Harris there. Held the Black Knights to 2 yards on that drive when it seemed they were surely in position to put more points up before half. Give credit to them there. Now they're able to get the ball back as the clock hits the 2-minute warning here in the 2nd quarter.
As we reach the 2-minute warning, the UPenn defense has actually kept this a contest. The score is a bit deceiving on that end. UPenn's defense has held relatively strong despite the allowance of the explosive plays. That's really been the difference maker in this one.
It has. The Black Knights have been able to capitalize on a few miscues by the Quakers whenever they've really simply just lost eyes on the Black Knight receiver. Their defensive coverage has been fine otherwise, as we've seen a lot of pass breakups and quick tackles. But like you mentioned, it's been a few of those explosive plays where simply the Penn DBs kind of just lost sight of where the explosive Black Knight receivers were, but as you said.
As we're taking another look at the last play, just a nice quick pass over to J.P. Ross. Over on the short side of the field, just not able to generate much space or movement, as the Black Knights will look to pin the Quakers deep. As the snap and the punt are away. As Shears fumbles the ball again over at his own 1-yard line. And Ross, you have to ask, why even try to catch that one so close to the goal line?
You're right. I probably would have let that one go, to be frank with you. Worst case happens is they down on the 1, which is where we are anyway. Best case, it rolls into the end zone to get the ball to 20. Another really dangerous play there. It's hard in that moment. It's easy for us to say as we look back on this, especially in retrospect. In that moment, it's incredibly difficult. Punt returning is not an easy gig, as it might appear from the couch like we have in this position here. But ultimately, 1 yard line here. Now the Neal and that Quaker offense needs to be very careful here. See what they have crafted up on this first down play.
So Neal set to take the snap in the gun from his own end zone. Takes it, looking for a quick pass down the left sideline. Might have a man. Indeed, he does. It is a great throw and catch there to Andy Falletta.
Neal placed that perfectly on that back shoulder fade, exactly where it needed to go. Now able to breathe on this 24-yard line. This clock will be a challenge, though, for this offense that likes to take their time. So expect a lot of routes to go towards that sideline, and in return, Black Knight coverage along those perimeters.
2 receivers to either side. May to his left. Neal takes a snap. Looks deep down the right sideline now. And overthrows it out of bounds and incomplete. 1:41 to go. 2nd and 10 for the Quakers.
Generally how this 2-minute drill works for most offenses, as soon as you get your first down, it's pretty much guns a-blazing, which is what the Quakers were able to do, able to get outside of their 1 yard line. They still have plenty of time. They still have 2 timeouts. Look to be still equally explosive here on this play call here on the 2nd down.
Neal takes the snap. Quick handoff to May. May up the middle and gets himself a nice gain of about 6.
That's more similar to those power runs a week ago that won May his Rookie of the Week award. Now setting up a short 3rd down. Unique here, though. Quakers don't want to give this ball back. They're not a fast-paced offensive team. There's a minute 15 left. They want to convert here, but if they don't want the Black Knights to have the ball.
You have to imagine they'll take this down to about a minute before the snap, enough to do something if they get the first down, but not so much that you leave a dangerous amount of time for the Black Knights. Handoff to May again. Waits too long and is taken down.
Now expect a timeout here by Coach West, which
As
is what we're
Cameron Allen got home on that one. Made a great tackle, and as you mentioned, a timeout for the Black Knights, as they will look to try to add a few more points on the board here at the tail end of half number 1. As May, a very patient runner, you would like a NFL comparison, something towards Steelers' version of Le'Veon Bell in terms of waiting for the hole to develop instead of getting downhill quickly. It can be very effective, but not in that case. Waited a tad too long, and Cameron Allen able to get behind the offensive line for the TFL.
Another great comparison there. Prime Le'Veon Bell was fun to watch with that Steelers. Like you mentioned, May is a freshman. He just came off their first win a week ago of his young college career, obviously. He's still learning. He has tremendous upside, though, already the starter on this team. You can see the growth and development continuing to happen even in real time as his game progresses.
So Arbogast back to return yet another one. As low snap, but the punt is away, and it's going to be a good one. Arbogast back paddling. Let's see if he can make something out of the return here. Nice block there by the return team. Nice cut and taken down just before the midfield stripe. And we seem to have a bit of a brawl on the field.
They count 1, 2, 3, 4 penalty flags.
As indeed the laundry flies, some pushing and shoving after the tackle. And a good job of the officiating crew to get control of this quickly before it got out of hand.
As I had mentioned, though, I wanted to see Merrick get able to catch a punt in his arms and show off that enthusiasm. an ability to move outside of shifty away from tackles. We got to see there, able to turn a catch that he got around the 15 all the way up to near the midfield. We'll wait to see what happens here. I believe every single official there threw his yellow flag, something we don't always see, which is kind of fun.
Let's see officiating here. So we first have a holding on the return team. And they will charge the unsportsmanlike conduct to the Black Knights and to Penn. So offsetting penalties there. But the holding penalty is accepted and will back up the Black Knights. As we take another look at that return. As maybe we can see.
There it is on that right side.
Well, yep, there it is there.
Takedown there.
And it appears that the pushing and shoving started. Looks like the ball got loose after the whistle was blown. And Penn thought they had a recovery and started a return. And the Black Knights, seeing that, attempted to make a tackle while half the guys thought the play was live, half of them heard the whistle and didn't, so that was what the conflict was about.
Looks like that, like you said, the two dead ball penalties were offset. Live ball holding, though, will still be enforced against the Black Knights. As the umpire will rock off 10 yards in the negative West Point direction here. I shall take over on their own 35 or 36 there.
So the ball with 42 seconds left at their own 37. West, two receivers to either side. Ross to his left. Takes the snap. West looks towards his left side. Fires quickly for Ross, who fights forward for a modest gain of about 2.
We haven't seen J.P. Ross a lot this season. Seen 2 back-to-back drives. A weapon Mark West I know would love to utilize more.
West takes the snap, looks quickly towards his right. He's got McFadden, makes one man miss, taken down at about the 49. That's enough for a first down. And we'll see if they use a timeout here. No, they will not. Clock will keep ticking. 12 seconds to go now. West, right side, he's got Parker Williams. As Williams makes the catch, gets out of bounds for another Black Knights first down. So with 6 seconds left, no call for the field goal team.
Looks like we'll have a timeout that is against called for the Quakers. Nick Cueto has a leg. I'm not sure it's where we're at right now, though. Probably another 10 yards is what Coach Mark West will want for his kicker to feel comfortable. Quick out route, especially on this near side, is the most likely call if I'm Coach Mark West here.
Ball is on the Quakers' 39. So it would be a long field goal try for Cueto.
Good news is with a timeout remaining, they can throw the ball anywhere on the field. It doesn't have to be out route. Whatever it needs to be, though, it needs to be quick. You have 5 seconds to make this play here. So we won't really see much of a screen variety, most likely, unless they're going to hug one of the sidelines to be able to get out of bounds immediately.
Teams read. West in the gun, 2 receivers to either side. West looks like he might be making some adjustments at the line of scrimmage. Takes the snap. Looks towards his right side. Deep ball. Parker Williams. Incomplete. 1 second left on the clock. So what do you do here, Ross? Do you try the incredibly long field goal? Do you go for the Hail Mary? Or do you just kneel it and take it to half number 2?
This would be over a 50-yarder here, so I'm going to stick with my gut here. We're going to go just another all trips, all fade route here to the back of the end zone. See if one of these receivers of the Black Knights can get past the Quakers DBs here.
West takes the snap, rolls towards his left, pressure chasing. West, he's going to tuck it and take it himself. Gets out of bounds just as the first half ends. 28-0 Black Knights. A great first half for the deep ball on Kyle West and the offense. As we prepare to head for half number 2. Again, 28-0 Army versus Penn. Don't go anywhere. Ross and I will be back with more second half action right after this. Welcome back to Shea Stadium. Andrew Vancura, Ross Graham here with you as we get ready for the second half of Army versus UPenn. Army leading 28-0, and Ross, Army's vertical pass game was very effective in the first half.
Absolutely. We're going to watch some replays here of the stellar defensive standout by their defensive line here as we see the Black Knights swarming all over them. But like you mentioned, yes, Kyle West had 277 pass yards through the air as we're going to get to see his first touchdown pass to Carson here, Carson McFadden. He had a couple to Kason Mackey, 13 right there as well. That was a highlight that the Black Knight offense I know has to be proud of from this first quarter.
And indeed, spreading the ball around, 2 touchdowns to Mackey, 1 to McFadden, and 1 to Parker Williams. But Ross, is there anything the Army offense can look to improve upon here in the second half?
I'm glad you asked, Andrew. Something that I know was a focus coming into the game and will still be a focus the remainder of the game is third down efficiency. Can they get a conversion on third down? But frankly, they've been so well on first and second down. They haven't really had many third downs to begin with, Andrew.
As the kick is away, UPenn will receive to start half number 2. As a solid return takes them to about the 23-yard line. As back out comes the UPenn offense. As they couldn't really get it going in half number 1. Definitely tried to get the ground game in sync with Xavier May, but 18 rushes for 17 yards. Ross, do you think they change tactics here, or do they stick with their bread and butter here in half number 2?
I'm not so sure, Andrew, how much can really be changed. They've tried running it up the A gap and through the C outside as well, so I think you have to stick with where you're going and keep trusting your star running back like they handed off right here to him again. The problem is, as we've seen all first half, they haven't been able to get going, especially on the inside there.
As indeed, the Army D-line responds to that quick run to May by sending them backwards for a loss. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, as it'll be 2nd and 10 here for the Quakers.
I'd love to take just a quick opportunity just to highlight those defensive linemen there. Like I've been saying, 93, 94, 99, and 11. We've seen them all night. Jake Oxidine, Tyrus Carter, Cam Allen, and Tom Golio, who got a sack
as
there.
That pass is tipped and intercepted. So the ball goes into the air, and a quick turnover for the Black Knights. It's the captain, Lewis Petkus, with the interception. As Army will take over in plus territory here to begin half number 2.
As a defensive back, that's one of the most treasured moments right there. You have a tip drill. It's something you dream about every night. The ball's up in the air, as we'll see on this play. It hits off the Quaker receiver. Zion Sims nearly almost got that pick there first. Luke Peckus able to secure it. Now Black Knights get to take over. Kyle West comes back out to lead this drive next to JP Ross again with excellent field goal position.
West puts McFadden in motion once again. Takes the snap, handoff to Ross. Ross fights forward, but is taken down. Maybe got a yard to gain on that play. So with the lead here in half number 2, you wonder if Coach West will utilize the ground game more in an attempt to shore it up as we get into future matchups. As a quick pass to the outside, and the ball is fumbled.
Merrick Arbogast there. What a great elusive play there to get off the first defender, but he lost the ball there, able to recover it himself. So in the end, after all that, screen play there to the left, Juke moved back to the right, lost the ball, got it back up. So like you're right, yes, the running game will be important here for a couple reasons, just to get it going and to get trust within the running game, but also to chew clock like you mentioned.
West play action, quick pass over the middle to McFadden, unable to hold on there. As following the turnover, it will be 4th and 10 now for the Black Knights. As no move for the kicking team, they'll stay on to go for it here.
There was a lot of heat on that last pass. A little bit too much for Carson to handle now. 4th down, like you mentioned, too far to kick.
West puts a man in motion. Quick pass left side back to Arbogast. He is taken down, wrapped up quickly. Nowhere near enough for the first down as Army will turn it over back to the UPenn offense.
Back-to-back turnovers to start this game for both teams. They made adjustments at half, as I mentioned. I know a big priority for the Black Knights was to shore up that exterior pressure they were facing. As we see this play again, just not able to get enough downfield blocking for Merrick Arbogast to be able to turn that upfield for a fourth down conversion. Like I mentioned, those defensive linemen there, they've played excellent all night. Exceptional run-stopping ability by all four of those starting defensive linemen there.
That play action over the middle and a quick pitch and catch for about a 6-yard gain here on first. It'll be 2nd and 4.
We see a whole 11 in, 11 out now as we get to see the defensive twos. You don't really see that after a play. That's exciting. I love that, actually. Led, especially there on this second group, by that linebacker 44, George Donahue, and that linebacker number 8, DeAndre Brunings. But here's number 2, defense for Coach West now.
So Coach West sends in the twos as the UPenn offense will look to take advantage. Back in the pistol, handoff to May. He'll go up the gut and get a gain before he is hit hard, following a gain of about 1 or 2. So it'll be 3rd and about 1 to go.
Among the guys on that stop there was the man who just checked in, Sherry McCardell, 54. Along that defensive line right next to him is 96, Nick Aramita, a good friend of mine. And as we see on that near sideline, Ryan Hagg, the freshman who played exceptional a week ago against Malloy, with his DB right there next to him, Lucas Estevez.
Snap taken right back. No, looks like a read option, but it is blown up by the Army defensive line, as they'll stuff UPenn for a loss, and out will come the punt team once again here on 4th down.
Sam Curtis among the guys on that stop there. You're right, it was a read option, but it was a lose read there. There wasn't much to do. Good job just holding onto that ball. The Black Knights absolutely swarmed the Quakers, which is great to see. The second defensive line coming in, the second defensive group overall, still able to force a stop against the starting Quakers out.
Punt, low snap, and it is blocked. A huge play from the Black Knights special teams.
That's 34, Reed Hissel.
And a flag is thrown. I believe it will be excessive celebration on the Black Knights.
The freshman comes in, makes his first play as a Black Knight of substantial value. I don't blame him at that point. But yes, the freshman from McKinney, Texas, 34, Reed Hissel, able to get a stop there. Exactly how they coach it right there. You lay your arms out, but you're not going to be in the way of the punter's leg, as we see on this play. He makes sure to come in at the angle where you're not going to hit the punter's leg, but you outreach your arms as far as possible and able to get a block there. Great job there by the freshman.
So a big play by the Black Knights special teams as they'll start once again in plus territory. And Ross, we were talking about things to work on for the Army offense. They have had 3 drives now, if you include the one about to happen, where they've started with the ball inside the opponent's 30-yard line. They have not converted either of those 2 drives yet. We'll see if they can get it on the 3rd try.
You're right, that is uncharacteristic. Uncharacteristic of this Black Knight offense, generally speaking, but on the bright side, we get to see sophomore quarterback number 4, Jeff Ryder, check in for the first time, along with the whole host of number 2s, which I'll talk about as we get going. His first chance, Jeff, sophomore, to lead this Black Knight offense tonight.
Ryder in the gun, motions a man in towards the backfield as he'll take it himself on the jet counter. Himself a gain of about 2. Ryder in the gun, Bolivar to his right. Takes a snap. Hand off to Bolivar. Makes a cut upfield. No one has brought him down yet. He gets to about the Penn 3-yard line. Maybe closer.
Tough run there by Gabe. Powerful runner. First and goal now for Black Knights.
First and goal, Ryder in the gun, Boulevard to his left. Ryder takes the snap. Hands off to Boulevard. Don't think he got enough on that one, as yes, he is stuffed at about the 2-yard line. So second and goal now. So Coach West sending in the second unit on both sides of the ball to begin half number 2. West. 2 receivers to his left, along with Boulevard. Takes it himself, quarterback draw, right side. He's got it. Touchdown, Black Knights. However, there is a flag on the play. And this one might be coming back. As indeed, holding on the Black Knights. Well, that will now put them in a much more difficult spot as we'll retry second and goal.
I love seeing Jeff use his legs, though. It's not something we saw a whole lot against Malloy a week ago when he got to come in for the third quarter. I love getting to see his dual threat abilities here, though, both in the air.
Ryder to his left, takes the snap. Play action, rolling towards his left. Pressure pursuing, takes it himself, gets back about 3. So it'll be third and goal from about the Penn 10-yard line.
In here on this drive, the number 2 wide receivers have been Stephen Craig and Braden Jones and number 19, Alexander Prescora.
Ryder takes the snap. Play action. Looks, fires over the middle. Incomplete.
That was intended for number 2, their senior receiver from this local native, Stephen Craig, just unable to connect there.
And on the 5-yard line, Coach West will choose to send out the kicking unit.
As we go through this field goal, I want to just take a second to introduce those second-string Dirt Pigs offensive line, as they like to call themselves, from left to right. You had number 72, left tackle Jake Vineyard. You had 56, sophomore Bridger Cloninger at left guard. You had center Ryan Benedict, affectionately known as Jerry. You had the right guard Dylan Estep, and you had the right tackle Josh Agres.
As Cueto puts that one through the uprights without issue, 31-0 Black Knights with 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter. So the Army offense does score on the advantageous field position, though they would have probably liked to punch that one in for a touchdown, as they'll reset to kick it away.
I would agree with that, though, but you have to, I think, take everything in an optimistic viewpoint. That's how I like to perceive things. So you had your number 2 offense come in after your number 2 defense just made a stop against the starting O and D, mind you, of the Quakers. So now we have an offset 2 against 1, which we don't see a whole lot of times, which is a privilege Coach Mark West gets to have with his Black Knight team, with sophomore quarterback Jeff Ryder getting to have this experience where he'll play likely this entire third quarter. Have another opportunity right after this drive by the Quakers O to get another chance for it to score again.
The boot is away as the ball is fumbled on the return once again, but then quickly picked up. Only returned to about the 10-yard line. As Shears again Needs to make sure that he secures the ball before he starts trying to get downfield.
You're right, Andrew. We've seen that a few times. I'm not really sure why that's going on, but the bottom line is it's great pursuit and coverage discipline by the Black Knights. As now we get to watch more of the number 2s come in. That near side corner there. 25, J.C. Romo, able to play there.
Trips left for the UPenn offense. It'll be a handoff to May. May breaks a tackle, makes one man miss, but is taken down for a modest gain of about 2. So it'll be 2nd and 8 here on their own 12-yard line.
John Belville, the freshman, another guy in my company. You can see right there in the center of the screen. Older brother just graduated from this team. Now another man playing under Coach Mark West. Great guy as well. Another member of my company. He's coming in as a second-string linebacker there along with George Donahue right there for the Black Knight defense right now.
Handoff goes to May again, gets it outside, makes a man miss, breaks a tackle, and is pushed out of bounds once again for a modest gain of about 1 to 2 yards. So setting up about a 3rd and 7 here for UPenn.
It seems, Andrew, not as speedy, I guess maybe my right word, as I would expect for this Quakers offense. There's still 2 quarters to play. I'd love to see the Quakers have a little bit more enthusiasm maybe with their offense here. It's going to be big that they can get a first down here, stay ahead of the change. Don't succumb to another 3 and out here by the Quakers.
Back into the pistol. May is the pass on this one. Deep down the left sideline. Incomplete. Contact. No flag. So it'll be 4th and 8.
Right, freshman corner on. Excellent pursuit there. He was able to turn his head as he went to make contact and defend the pass, which I know is a lot that referees will look for both in college and the pros. When that contact happens between receiver and defensive back, it's imperative that the defensive back as well gets their head back towards the ball as Ryan did there. Textbook defensive coverage there to force a 3 and out.
So McGarity back to return this punt, and he will indeed get a chance. Takes it about the 50, cuts towards his left, makes a cut back towards the middle of the field. Cuts back towards his right, down the right sideline. McGarity's got room. McGarity has blockers, but is quickly taken down. I believe that was the punter who may have saved a touchdown. But a great return by McGarity. And the Black Knights are once again set up in plus territory deep in the UPenn red zone.
That's another great return we've seen from McGarity tonight, like we saw on that opening kickoff to start the game, as we see here again. Lost his footing there initially. Good blocking though. Good block there by Nick Aramita, George Donahue, Ryan Hagg there along the sideline there to allow McGarity an avenue to run up on that right side.
Back in is Ryder and the 2s. Ryder takes the snap, handoff to Bolivar. No, keep it himself. Pardon me, the misdirection fooled me on that one.
I think that means they're doing their job well.
I would say so, but not well enough to gain much more as they end up losing yards on that one. It'll be 2nd and 17 now for the Black Knights.
I've told you before, Andrew, Jeff is a sophomore, as am I. He was not on the team a year ago. He said, hey, Coach West, I want to try out. Came to spring ball, made the roster. Now he gets to learn under Kyle West, gets to have some fun, showcase his athleticism, and gets to play a lot of key minutes here in the 3rd quarter.
Penn shows pressure. They indeed bring the blitz. A forced pass tipped over the middle, nearly intercepted, but it will fall incomplete. So 3rd and 17 now as we'll take another look.
Cyrus Yarpez Eshkon there, intended receiver, deflected there by 33 Colin Cross, a linebacker there. Almost intercepted there by the Quakers. Fortunate for Jeff Ryder on the offense that was not the case.
Quick screen pass towards the right side. Couple of broken tackles and a lot of room. Touchdown, Army. Stephen Craig. Looked like they had him bottled up, but he managed to fight through a few arm tackles and work his way into the end zone for his first touchdown of the night.
Stephen Craig, a senior, a leader on this team. And like I said, Jeff Ryder, not on the team a year ago. He now has 2 touchdown passes as a Black Knight on the sprint football team. I love to see it as Nick Cueto continues to come out again. Another PAT here.
As the kick is up and good. 38-0 now, Black Knights.
As we see on this play here again, the screen pass that Coach West loves, this time to senior number 2, Stephen Craig. Great downfield blocking, especially there by their left guard and their center, Ryan Benedict and Bridger, who had to pull all the way to that right side to free up a path for Stephen to run. Touchdown there by the Black Knights as they extend their lead now 38-0 over the Quakers.
So 5:32 left to go here in quarter number 3. As the Black Knights prepare to kick it away once again. As that one will be booted deep and taken at about the 10-yard line. Bounces out towards the right side, taken down at about the 29 is Shears.
Ryan Hagg on that stop. That freshman defensive back I've been speaking so highly of. Here's another chance. One of the beautiful things about having such a deep roster that Coach Mark West has, you get to let your second string play an entire quarter, which I don't know where else that's usually very possible. So the development has been key for Coach Mark West to continue his sustained success year in, year out throughout his now 17 years as a head coach for the Black Knights.
Handoff to May, heading towards the right side, cuts back towards the middle of the field for a gain of about 2.
That was an accomplishment by the Quakers on that first down to pick up positive yards. That is something I think is under-talked about, underappreciated maybe you might say. First down yards, not having to force a second down and 10, where they have to almost adapt now as we see May get this the handoff to the right side. But
and once again taken down after a modest gain of about 1 or 2 indeed, Ross. The ability to generate positive yardage on first down is such an undervalued thing by the common fan when it comes to football. As again, we talked about in the first half, every coach's dream, an offense that consistently stays on schedule makes everything easier. As it'll be 3rd and 6 here for the Quakers.
And Andrew, I tell you what, a lot of people love the flashy plays. Everyone loves the flashy plays. Everyone loves offensive scores. But it is very true, as we've been mentioning, you have to get down to the fundamentals. 4 yards is all you need to stay ahead of the chains, mathematically speaking. So if they can get that, that helps them stay on track.
As Army showed blitz, whistle blown. As it'll be a delay of game penalty called on UPenn.
That's the danger of the slow-moving offense, huddle offense. It's one of those dangers. Sometimes it comes back to bite you every now and again. So that momentum they had ahead of the change now back to needing 10 yards for this conversion here for a first down.
Snap from the gun. Looks. Rolling out towards the right side now. Nobody open downfield. Fires dangerously back over the middle. It is caught. Did they get enough for the first down? It's going to be close. Yes, indeed. Penn with a first down.
Andrew, I tell you what, that's one of the offensive coordinators, especially quarterback coach's worst nightmare when you have your quarterback rolling to your right and throwing it late across the middle of the field on your back shoulder, as we see here. Good job there by Neal. He was able to get all the way around, like I said, though. Basically a hope and a prayer there, which was successful for a first down for the Quakers.
Handoff goes back to May up the middle, and no real gain on that one. Maybe got one, as it'll be second down.
Trey McCardell there on that stop, along with Samuel Curtis.
So 2nd and 10 from the 38-yard line. 2:36 to go here in quarter number 3. May off the quarterback's left side. Gets the handoff once again, trying to head up the middle on that inside power run, but the Army defensive line is having none of it as May is sent back again, possibly for a loss that time, as it'll be third down.
The first man on that hit was senior linebacker from California, DeAndre Broodings, number 8. A leader on this team. Now 10 yards needed once again for a first down. As we saw in the last scenario just a few plays prior, it required a late pass across the middle of the field for conversion, which is never an ideal play scenario. So hopefully more conventional call up for the Quakers that they're able to convert here. Just to kind of build confidence, build momentum. Yes, they're down, but it's not something that you want to just completely blow off.
Looking to pass once again, deep over the middle. Oh, did he hold on? Yes, a nice grab.
Jake Wong on that one.
Jake Wong with another good catch. We've seen a few from him today. As we take another look, that pass fired quickly over the middle of the field. And just a great job, able to maintain ball control through contact. As Penn starting to sustain a little movement here now at about midfield.
2 consecutive third down conversions. Really weren't bad defense, just very fortunate plays for the offense.
Hand off to May, who is taken down, maybe got about 1 on that one. Less than a minute to go here in quarter number 3. If you're just joining us, Andrew Vancura, Ross Graham here with you at beautiful Shea Stadium. 38-0 Black Knights over the Quakers. As it'll be 2nd and 8 here from the Black Knight 42-yard line. Looking to pass once again, deep down the right sideline. Intercepted! Another big play for the Black Knight defense and a possibility for a return here. Flags all over the field.
Andrew,
Count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Andrew, that was an exciting play, but it might be one of the more blatant block in the backs I've seen. That's where all those yellow hankies came from. It'll be brought back a little bit, but still, nonetheless, great play there by the freshman, Ryan Hag, like we've said his name already. Now two games he's gotten to play as a Black Knight. 2 big plays he's made already in both games now. Excellent job reading the eyes of the quarterback, going up against the number 1 wide receiver for the Quakers, able to just turn his head, size up to the receiver, and make an interception there.
So indeed, Ryan Hag with the interception, as the Black Knights will take over possession. Where exactly it will be spotted will be determined by the officials after the announcement of this penalty. And as it will be a personal foul, they're going to call it a blindside block on the Black Knights, as we will flip the field as the third quarter comes to a close. 38-0 Army. As teams will move down towards the far side of the field. And Ross, as we enter the fourth quarter, what are you looking to see, especially from the number 2 unit of the Army offense?
I would love to see them get to put together one more sustained drive. I'm not sure if we will see them again, though, Andrew. I'll be honest with you. It's very possible we get the number 3s in either this drive or the next. Regardless, though, I want Jeff Ryder, my pal, to be confident, to be appreciative, most importantly, that he gets to play here. But take these lessons, not looking at what the score is and as blowing this game off, but take these lessons as important skills that they need to learn to continue to improve for the remainder of the season. And I tell you what, Andrew, a lot of these lessons really need to be applied against that Navy game coming up.
Indeed, the oh-so-anticipated matchup. Usually would be a championship game later in the year. However, a bit of a different format this season. No more championship game, as now the best record at the end of the season will determine the CFSL champion.
You're right, Andrew. There's no more regular season outright champion and championship game winner. They voted on it. The coaches of every team in the CSFL voted on it. It was not unanimous, but as you mentioned, yes, there will no longer be a championship game. It's simply the best regular season record will be the crowned CSFL champion at the end of the season.
Wide receiver in motion for the Black Knights. They'll give it to him on the jet sweep. Positive yardage gain. Looks like a gain of about 4.
We do get to see Jeff Ryder stay in, and Coleman Brook, that freshman running back right there beside him. Good block there in front of him, 72. Jake Vineyard, that junior leader on that second unit, that left tackle, able to secure the perimeter to let Brook get a good run there.
Ryder in the gun. 3 receivers to his left. Handoff this time back up the middle. It'll be enough for an Army first down.
Coleman Brook there again, running behind junior center Ryan Benedict, a great friend of mine. It's nice to see the number 3 running back still able to get valuable reps. Just because he's number 3 does not make him necessarily, he's by no means a bad running back. He's tremendously talented. He just happens to be behind Gabe Boulevard and JP Ross. So I'd love to see him here playing alongside Jeff Ryder, able to get powerful runs here in this third quarter. Fourth quarter
Ryder gets the pass off that time. Quick screen pass, I should say, towards the right side. Wrapped up, taken down. Nice gain there, and it'll be enough for a first down.
That's Braden Jones there on that one. Able to convert for a first down, like you just mentioned now. 13 minutes left to go in this game. I love the momentum going. I love how Jeff is commanding this offense as a leader on this team. Able to go fast, but still able to be methodical and effective.
Ryder with Brook to his left. Takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Brook. Working towards the right side, outside, and taken down and out of bounds. But he'll get enough for another Army first down.
Brook is a powerful runner there. You do have a stoppage, but I just want to reemphasize again, powerful run there by Brook.
Might have been a brief disagreement by the officials on the spot. No, it will be a penalty on the Black Knights. As we'll take another look. Ah, yes, right there indeed, a holding penalty called on the Black Knights on the aforementioned Braden Jones.
Now, Andrew, if we talk about a challenging thing of football, being a receiver blocking downfield on a run play, that is a very underappreciated and difficult task.
As UPenn sends the corner blitz, pressure coming. And a great job by Ryder to escape it. Get some positive yardage back. And out of bounds, as indeed UPenn sent the corner blitz on that one. Trying to pressure the backup QB, but Jeff Ryder able to escape. And turn this now into a 2nd and 8. So a good job following the penalty of once again staying on schedule. As another good play here would make this an optimal situation for third down. Ryder takes the snap. Looking towards his right side. Fires. He's got a man. Makes a man miss. Big hit there. Wrapped up and taken down.
That was Cyrus Yarpez-Eshgon on that one. Good catch there. He had about 5 Quakers all trying to vie for the ball there at the end, even though the ball had already been blown dead. Good job holding on to that. Excellent security there.
A great job indeed by the junior wide receiver. as Army will have a fresh set of downs. Ryder takes the snap, hands it back off to Brook, who is wrapped up, taken down after a gain of about 4. And flags fly once again.
Some little extracurriculars there after that play. It's going to be most likely a late dead ball, unnecessary roughness called against the Quakers here.
As indeed the senior linebacker Gavin Griswold called for the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on that one. As, yep, indeed, there it is.
Not really needed there. A little extra shove and push. A little bit, maybe a little bit of semantics, but regardless, 15-yard penalty called against the Quakers.
So Ryder in the Army offense now on the Quakers 34, looking for another score. Ryder with Brook to his right, takes a snap, hands it off to Brook, heading left, back up the middle, nice cut, makes a man miss, makes 2-man miss, still fighting forward, and he's got himself a gain of about 8 on that one. As he'll set up a 2nd and short. Whistle blown, and we have a Quaker down.
Brook used almost every trick he could use in that last play. Spin move, juke, truck. There's a lot of times where this dirt pig offensive line of the Black Knights gives such an open hole. There's no contact until tackle, but in that one, that was not the case. Just about all 8 of those yards would be considered YAC yards after contact. Good job there by the freshman. Just pick up a big gain there.
As Jack Kim, the injured Quaker, able to walk himself off the field, always good to see. As back out will come Ryder and the West Point offense. "11 minutes to go here in this one. Army ahead 38-0. Ryder, 3 receivers to his left, a tight end to his right. Takes a snap, hands it off back to Brooks. Got a nice hole, makes a man miss, and fights forward to about the 19-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down.
Give credit to that right side offensive line, Josh Agress, right tackle and right guard, Declan Estep, that is. Big hole there for Brooks to run right through.
Ryder in the gun, takes a snap, hands off back to Brook. Brook cuts back up towards the middle, taken down after a gain of about 2.
Andrew, we mentioned wanting to get the ground game going. This has been beautiful. I couldn't have really drawn it up any better myself. I love to see the effectiveness of the run game utilized, as well as getting to let your number 2 and number 3 offensive players play, as well as let the clock chew. Everything a check, 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 win, 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 Andrew.
Indeed, a highly efficient drive for the Black Knights as we hit the 10-minute mark here in quarter number 4. Ryder, pitch to Brook this time, heading left. Got some room, makes a man miss, gets about halfway there. As will bring up about a 3rd down and 4.
Chance for Jeff to convert on this 3rd down. Could be 4-down territory. I imagine it is at this point, but a huge play here for Jeff. A confidence booster here to convert on this 3rd down.
Ryder in the gun, takes the snap, hands it back off to Brook once again, heading towards the left side. Gets a nice chunk of yardage on that one. Does he have enough for the first?
I think he'll be just shy there, Andrew.
I would agree, Ross, as indeed the referee makes the signal. It's going to be about a 3rd down and 1, but quickly back on the ball is the Army offense. Ryder in the gun. Penn showing blitz. They're going to bring the house on this one. Perhaps a potential hard count situation here. No, they do indeed snap it, and they give it back to Brook. Fighting forward. I don't know if he got it. It'll depend on the spot. As no, the Penn defense holds.
You can't say, though, Brooke didn't give every single ounce of effort right there. He was originally hit behind the line. Powerful running just to get back. So now we're going to get to see even more defensive subs here.
So a big stop for the UPenn defense. As I mentioned, they just sent everybody up the middle on that one.
Among those subs, William Lewis and Griffin Bust, both freshmen leading now that interior line there.
So back out comes the UPenn offense. Still have all the starters in. As the fake to May, and the quarterback will keep it towards the right side as wrapped up and taken down after a gain of about 4.
Anthony Paradiso, freshman from Florida there on that stop. Jake Doss, the defensive back, on the near side sideline here. Lucas Estevez still in the game. John Belville still in the game. Otto Leon now in. Also, along with
3 receivers left. Handoff goes to May. May will take it up the middle and fight forward. And he's got enough for a first down. As the chains move, with 7:55 to go here in the 4th.
Ace Robinson, the linebacker there, checking in. This is really awesome, Andrew. These are basically, I think, entirely a freshman lineup right now, getting to play against the starting unit of another CSFL team. That doesn't happen very often, Andrew, and I love the growth and the development opportunity and just the ability to play and enjoy football right here, Andrew.
Indeed, always nice when the second unit gets a chance at real game experience. As the handoff goes to May, he is wrapped up and taken down. Might have managed to fight back towards the line of scrimmage, but it'll be 2nd and long regardless.
Aiden Lassard checking in as well.
As the Black Knights second stringers, very impressive on the defensive side of the ball. As a coach, it's always reassuring to know that you have dependable depth behind your starters.
It is. Practice can tell you one thing, but the best way to develop is going through the trials, and that trials in this case is game, real action.
As the handoff goes back to May, he will fight forward for a gain of about 1. So it'll be about 3rd and 9. As the ball is placed at the UPenn 21-yard line. 6:21 to go here in this one. If you're just joining us, Andrew Vancura, Ross Graham here with you. The Army vertical passing game was the story in the first half. West with 4 deep passing touchdowns, spreading it to 3 different receivers. As UPenn hasn't been able to generate much momentum here on offense, dropping back to pass on this one. Deep over the middle, tipped and incomplete.
Jake Doss, the freshman, tipping that pass away. And Justin Norton, 51 freshman linebackers, also checked in on that last play. Now a 4th down stop here, as we see on this replay right here. Just unable to connect. As now we'll get to see McGarity come back for another punt return.
So McGarity is deep to return this at about the Army 40-yard line. As the UPenn punt team prepares to send another one deep, indeed they do. Lands a bit short of McGarity, and he will let that one go wisely as it is placed at about the Army 39-yard line. As back out will come the Army offense.
We might get to see quarterback number 3. I'm not sure yet. We'll see as this next drive comes out. But regardless, even though they didn't get points on a couple of these drives, I love to see Jeff Ryder, number 4, the sophomore quarterback, and just his ability to command the offense. It's not something trust isn't given. It has to be earned. But like I mentioned, here's number 15, the freshman, Max Sinkovic, getting to play now.
So Sinkovic in the gun, hands it off to Brook. As he fights up the middle there for a modest gain. And some more extracurriculars after the play on this one.
got a few more receivers getting to check in. Dane Lagrasta, Blake McKenna, and Colin Teschke all getting to play.
Sinkovic will hand this one off again to his fellow freshman, as Douglas Jarvie has checked into the game at running back. So a complete freshman duo in the backfield now for the Black Knights.
A few more substitutions as well. Logan Defoe getting to play as well with James Quinlan on that offensive front. Lots of depth from Coach Mark West and his offense, as we get to see here in the last 4.5 minutes of game time.
Sinkovic in the gun. 2 receivers to either side. Motions a man across his face. Takes the snap. Play action. Looking for a slant route over the middle. Ball is tipped in the air, and I believe it will get down for an incompletion. As indeed the ball was tipped at the line, and a quick 3-and-out for the Army offense, as they will send back out the punt team to send it away to the Quakers.
Andrew, one of the rules with CSFL, I'm not sure if you knew, the cap roster is 70 players. Some teams in the CSFL don't even have the ability to get 70. Coach Mark West, however, he told me there was 35 freshmen tryout alone this summer. He has the pleasure and the luxury to have to cut, as well as the pain of having to cut, but this is another opportunity for the Black Knights just to have tremendous depth other teams in this league may not even get to have a chance at.
As Shears once again on the return gets hit hard at about the UPenn 30-yard line. Very good job by the Army punt coverage team tonight.
Ace Robinson is a huge hit.
Indeed, a big hit laid there, as we'll take another look. As indeed, just a perfect tackle to clean up that one. As back out will come the UPenn offense with 4:08 remaining here in this one. Ball goes back to May, and he is wrapped up and taken down, maybe got a yard on that one. As the Army defensive line really living in the backfield here in the second half.
Griffin bust on that one. This is still offensive unit number 1. So it's promising and exciting to see a tackle for loss by West Point defense unit number 3 against CSFL Rookie of the Week, May the 4th.
Ball goes back to May once again. Fights up the middle, but hit hard and taken down. Beautifully executed tackle there by the Army defense. As May got maybe 2 on that one to get back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and 10 now with 3:07 to go.
Ace Robinson again, along with 54, Trey McCardell on that tackle. The Black Knights are able to get a stop here. Another chance for Max to come out, do one more drive with the Black Knights before this night ends.
So 2:40 to go here in this one. Army ahead 38-0. As looks like we it might be a delay of game penalty. No, looks like they got the timeout off. Indeed, UPenn got the timeout off, nearly a delay of game penalty. But on 3rd and 10, trying to generate some positive momentum, makes sense to use the timeout there.
It does. This is a play that Penn wants to capitalize. It's a good chance now for the Black Knight coaching staff to reiterate this play here. This hopefully is going to be the last defensive play of the night for this 3rd string defensive unit. So it's a good night of football here at West Point whenever every single player on the roster gets to play some meaningful minutes. So 2:35 to go in this 4th quarter as we go through this timeout right now. It's exciting to see It's been amazing. We saw predominantly pass-heavy offense because, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like we said, there's 277 yards in the first half by Kyle West. Then we got to see, honestly, primarily number 3 running back, Brooke, leading the charge on the ground in the second half with these second and third string units in.
So 3rd down and 10, 2 minutes, 35 seconds to go. UPenn on their own 26-yard line, looking to build on this last drive here. Play action. And here comes the Army pass rush. Ball is out, and the fumble is recovered by the Black Knights defense. Another huge play by that D-line today, as they will take over at the UPenn 19.
William Lewis able to strip that ball away, then freshman John Belville able to come up on that recovery. As we see on this replay, it was Lewis who originally got the pressure on there to knock the ball out. John Belville, the linebacker, able to recover that ball, secure it. Now we get to see Max come in 19 yards till the end zone, 226. This is a dream for a freshman third-string quarterback.
So 226 as the freshman hands it off to his running back going towards the left side. The D-line will take him down, as that is Davion Johnson, freshman running back from Evanston, Illinois, on the carry. 2:09 to go. We'll see if Army just takes it down to the 2-minute warning.
They'll try to get another free play here.
As indeed, play action. Sinkovich heading towards his right side. Rolling. Thinks he has a man. Fires incomplete. As Dane Lagrasta was unable to haul in that one. As we will hit the 2-minute warning here. 3rd down and 12 to go.
Max was able to show off his legs there as well. That was a long run, even though it was an incomplete pass. That was a long run there for Max, avoiding all of the defensive pressure. Here's a fumble we see again. It looks like he tried to do a behind-the-back pass. A behind-the-back with, basketball kind of drill you play whenever you're at basketball practice. Unfortunately, that didn't quite work out. If I'm a defensive player, when the ball is behind the back of the quarterback, that's a pure golden opportunity to knock it out, as we saw Will Lewis do there. Not sure how that one's going to look, though, in the film tape.
Just a good example of the havoc that constant pressure can cause to a quarterback. And, of course, 3rd down and long, trying to make a play happen. As Sinkovic now, 3rd and 12 to go for the Black Knights, hoping to generate a score here. Sinkovic drops back, looks, fires, incomplete, underthrew his freshman running back there. As there was contact, no flag on the field.
Davion Johnson, that freshman running back, he was open. Ball just slightly underthrown, though.
As Coach West will leave the offense on the field. They're going to go for it here on 4th and 12, minute 48 to go. Sinkovic takes the snap, bobbled, fires, deep over the middle, tipped and intercepted. So the UPenn defense comes up with a reason to celebrate there, as a good defensive stand leading towards an interception. As we'll take another look, Sinkovic unable to corral the snap. Just kind of fired that one deep over the middle. As Jason Shears, playing on the defensive side, managing to come up with the interception. So we've seen him do a little bit of everything today. Wide receiver, return man, and playing defensive back.
He's certainly one of their best players, but also give credit to that running back Johnson for picking up a key block while that snap was low for Max. Johnson was able to get that block off just to let Max even have a chance to throw the ball away.
As we have a change in QB for the Quakers.
That looked like it was a wildcat situation when you have quarterback number 21 in the game.
As indeed, that was Jake Wong in at quarterback.
You don't see that one a lot, Andrew.
So working with a direct snap style offense there. But in a game like this, this is where you try out some of that creativity for future matchups. As a coach, you like to know what you have in your arsenal and what you can use going forward. So I wouldn't be surprised to see UPenn dive deeper into the bag of tricks here. As we get under the 1 minute mark, handoff goes back to May, and before he can even get forward, there is the Army defensive line once again.
There was some mix-up there because it was a delayed handoff but also a delayed hold, so it was kind of just both offensive players standing there. Not a recipe for success when you have 5 edge rushers coming at you like that.
No, timing is key when it comes to the run game, and especially with the handoff. As we reach the 30-second mark here in this one, play clock at 20, so we will at least see one more play here in this one. One more shot here for the UPenn offense. Clock hits 15. Handoff goes to May. May is tripped up, fights forward, and taken down. Maybe got a gain of about 1 to get back to the original line of scrimmage. As the clock expires, it's back-to-back shutouts for the Black Knights, a 38-0 victory over UPenn as they continue to build momentum in this championship defense season. They'll move to 3-0 on the year as they continue to build all towards that massive matchup with arch-rival Navy at the end of the season.
Yes, we will get to have the privilege of hosting the Midshipmen, the Squids, here at the end of the season. But like you said, it's now 3-0 for the Black Knights. I've gotten the pleasure to attend all 3 games, and I can see a clear refining by fire, if you will, through the tribulations of a game. Each game getting a little bit more clean cut on what their offensive and defensive game plans might be, with allowing a lot of players on their depth chart to get meaningful minutes as well, Andrew.
So a brief recap, if you just joined us, Andrew Van Cura, Ross Graham here with you as we prepare to sign off. A great job by the Army vertical passing game in the first half. Kyle West able to generate 4 offensive touchdowns to 3 different receivers. The defense able to show off a combination of unique blitzes, able to pressure the UPenn offense and take advantage of the situations before them. So once again, a 38-0 victory for the Black Knights. Thank you all very much for joining us. For our director, Michael Tornillo, and also our graphics man, our replay, Russell Strachan, our cameras, Jeremy Mitchell, Dan Walker, and Luke Borelli, and my color commentator, Ross Graham. My name is Andrew Van Cura. Thank you for joining us. This has been a presentation of the CSFL. Thank you again for joining us. Again, the final score, Army 38, UPenn 0.